what's going on everybody? Today's video we are talking about the C8 Z06. Yes, that's right, I finally got to see the car in person last week at the SEMA Show, and so I thought I would sit here and share with you my initial thoughts. Now, unfortunately, the biggest disappointment for me about the C8 Z06 being at SEMA, they didn't actually have the engine on display, because I absolutely love that engine. It's a complete work of art, and they should have had it on display to showcase it and show it off to the world, and unfortunately they didn't. That engine is absolutely a masterpiece. Titanium rods, sodium filled valves, double valve springs. I mean, the list goes on and on. Of course, being a flat plane crankshaft with a red line of, like, what is it, 8,600 RPM, 670 horsepower, 460 foot-pounds of torque. What is not to love about it? I mean, it's a really amazing engine. I hope it proves to be as reliable in the long term as it seems on paper. And using the components that they did, it should be a robust and very durable engine that's going to make a lot of power for a lot of years. That being said, that's where pretty close to about where the praise ends for me on that car, other than those standard wheels. The stock Z06 wheels, I'm really in love with this design. I think it's a really cool looking design, a really performance oriented wheel, and it looks really great. The Z07 package with its carbon fiber wheels, they look fine for carbon fiber wheels. I prefer the standard wheel look versus what they did on the carbon wheels, but having a carbon wheel option is pretty incredible. And that whole Z07 package with the additional aero and the lightweight with the wheels and things like that is definitely a nice touch. The styling, of course, of the C8 Z06, it's better than the base C8 on the exterior, but at the same time, I'm still not thrilled with it. It's not something I would add to my collection. Maybe it'll grow on me over time like the C7 Z06 has. I don't know, time will tell, but so far I'm still not really impressed with the exterior design of the car. From a performance standpoint, the car is absolutely a track monster. I mean, you can't deny the capabilities of this car. I mean, GM and Chevrolet have done an amazing job with this vehicle and what its capabilities are going to be. I can't wait to see what its lap times are and things of that nature. Hopefully, since it's naturally aspirated, they don't have problems like they did on the C6 ZR1 and the C7 Z06 with the overheating issues. I don't think they're going to have that problem because they haven't had problems with their naturally aspirated stuff in the past. So there's no indication there that they should have any problems this time. Just my biggest gripes, of course, are what they've always been with the C8. The exterior styling is way over the top. It definitely did not need anywhere near that much styling effort on the exterior. Looks like they tried way too hard, unfortunately. And then the interior, the Z06 definitely gets the upgraded materials, so it is a nicer, more refined interior, but that being said, you still can't fix the layout problems that I have with the car. I mean, that center tower of buttons that make no sense and being angled off towards the passenger compartment, it's very claustrophobic if you're a passenger. Now, a lot of you, if you just have you as the driver, it really doesn't matter about what the passenger compartment looks like because no one's going to be sitting there. But for folks like me, whose wife goes with them on all of their car activities, the passenger compartment is definitely something you need to take into consideration, and I think Chevrolet totally missed the boat on this one, and I would not want to be sitting in that passenger seat for any length of time at all. Also, on top of that, the center screen looks like what a lot of companies do, just stick a tablet in the middle of the dash and no forethought into how it actually should integrate into the overall flow of the interior, and just looks really out of place. So that's a big miss there, of course, on the interior. The exterior, I don't know what they're thinking. Performance-wise, you can't argue with that. I mean, the car is an absolute monster when it comes to performance, and I definitely don't want to take any of that away from GM because they've done an amazing job with that, especially considering the price point of the vehicle. I mean, this car is going to be as fast or faster than a lot of cars that cost 2, 3, or 4 times the price. So hats off to them on that point. But for me, it's not just about the numbers. It's more about how the car looks, how the car makes me feel. And I look at this car and I'm like, it's another car. So that's unfortunate. I guess it's going to save me money. I'm not going to be looking at buying a C8 Z06 in the future. But a lot of people are going to be buying them, and because they do love the design. I mean, that part of it is subjective. So my hat's off to all of you out there that love the exterior styling and interior styling of the car and are going to be getting one or already have one on order. It's going to be, I think, a very capable car. I'm hopeful. Well, we'll see how the long-term maintenance goes. I've watched a few of Amelia's videos with her C8, and some of the maintenance stuff has me concerned for the long term of the car on what the cost is going to be. I think if memory serves me right, when they did a coolant flush on her C8, the service manual had like almost 30 pages for a process on how to do the coolant swap. And stuff like that is really concerning for the cost of long-term maintenance and reliability of the vehicle, because things are gonna get really expensive if it takes you 2 days to go and flush out the coolant instead of 10 minutes. So things like that are definitely concerning, but we're not gonna know those real effects for probably several years going out. All right, and those are my initial thoughts on the C8 Z06. I know the car is gonna perform like nobody's business, and Chevrolet has been doing a great job with the Z06 model of the Corvette for the last several generations, and I'm very excited to see what it can do. The engine, as it says, a masterpiece. The exterior and interior styling, well, to each their own. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the C8 Z06? Do you think that GM knocked it out of the park, or do you think it's a big swing and a miss, or somewhere in between? Go ahead and put your comments down below in the comment section, because I read all of your comments and interested in your thoughts as well. So if you like today's video, guys, go ahead and smash that like button, give me that thumbs up, and subscribe as well. It doesn't cost you guys anything to do either of those things, and definitely helps me out. And when you subscribe, it helps keep you up to date of all of my future uploads as well. And as always, guys, I will see you at the next video.